Hey guys, welcome back to our second week on Koh Samui. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. So first of all, the weather was much more enjoyable. Yeah, it was actually quite sunny and everything. So that's the first thing. So let's look into the sights and experiences of our second week in Koh Samui. So first of all, we went to the Chaweng during the day, which was actually that area was quite boring during the day. You know, it's quite polluted, and it's obviously made for the night because during the night everything lights up and it's just cool. What we did was we actually took this bus, local bus, which is this small open van. I guess we could say that, right? Um, and just basically you stop the car wherever it's going, and you ask, the guy asks where you're going, and you tell him, okay, we are going to Chawang Market or something. And he's like, okay, it's gonna be this amount of money. It shouldn't be more than 100 baht per person, but sometimes they're trying, or like if it's too full, you could actually bargain for less money, like 60 bahts or something. We tried, but it didn't work.
It failed.
It failed. We got It was quite enjoyable actually. Sometimes also it's got these bits at the end. So if all the seats are full in the bus, it's like bin man in Czech Republic. I don't know if other bin man in other countries do. Also, they have a bell system. So from like old buses, so you can press it whatever you want to get out, and just you know they just stop and you can go.
Okay, so one night we went to Chawang during the night, and we went with Yuri's parents, and it was really cool. So we were gonna get a taxi from a restaurant we were at, and we were told it would be like 500 to 600 baht, and our friend Rosser was like, "No, that's too expensive. Let's go to Tesco, get you a cheaper one." So he like took us to Tesco, and we managed to get one for 450. So it was a bit of a saving, and I really wanted to go. I saw this advertising for like a pirate scary horror house, and it was 400 baht to get in. And then I wrote to them being like, oh, there's four of us, do you get a discount? And they said that if we check in on Facebook, we would all get in for 300 each. So I was excited, so we we all went. So for all of us it was like 1200 baht, which is quite expensive. That's like
Yeah.
£35 actually.
The thing was actually in that mall we talked about in the previous episode, the Central Festival Mall.
Yeah, which is massive. It's really cool. So it was quite expensive, but we all went, and I was like, "Oh, how long will it last?" And they were like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay." But it was really cool because like I'm comparing it to like Aberdeen's horror house at Cadonas, which was so shit. But this one, it was like you went in and you went round it, and it was all automated. So there was no like live actors or anything like that, but it was really scary. Like things would like pop out of like boxes, and like it was just really creepy, and it went really dark, and then there was heaps of like flashing lights, and then from the side of the walls like hands would move, so it felt like things were grabbing you and stuff
Yeah,
like
or you
that.
enter the room and like a window would slam down, so you would get a really
Yeah,
big scare.
and you had to go through like body bags and like things like that. Like it was really cool, but yeah, so obviously when we got out though, in my head I was like comparing it to, so compared to Cadonas it was like ace, but for like being in Koh Samui it was like really expensive.
Yeah.
Like people living there, I don't think they could afford it.
No.
But if it was like just a holiday, like spending money, it's fine, but for traveling it's like it really wasn't worth it. And yeah, and obviously I've been to Universal as well, so Universal Studios, so like that was live actors, and that was just amazing. So obviously it didn't compare to that at all.
But my mom and dad kind of enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, they really liked it. It was a good laugh. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, and then after that, like Yuri's dad, like he broke the GoPro like camera case. So he's like, yeah, I want to get a new one, but we'd already left that festival, like center, like shopping mall thing. So he was like, yeah, let's like walk all the way round back to it, but it was like through these back streets, and we were like, listen, we think it's going to be faster just walking back, and he was like, no, let's go this way, it's going to take us round. and it ended up taking us to all these like shady like backstreet
Yeah,
bars
there
and
were
stuff.
these bars with like, you know,
There, yeah,
ladies and
yeah, there was
stuff. Oh
heaps
my
of like
god.
ladies for the guys and things like that, and it was like, yeah, interesting to see. So we ended up going back to the center, like trying to get the camera case, but it didn't happen. They didn't have the version that he needed. So after we were like, okay, we want to go to the beach, and like go get like a nice drink somewhere. So
Laurie really wanted to go
I
to
know,
this,
because
right? Yeah.
this beach is so nice, and like they like each like restaurant along it or like party bit makes it look really nice. So like they've got like sand pits with fire and make them look like romantic, or like the bean bags and stuff like that. So we like found this place that we all really liked, sat down, and the pricing was so expensive for the drinks, which we were like, okay, it's like really nice, like setting, like we'll stay here, right? So
Yeah, it looked perfect.
yeah, so like I ordered just like a mango juice, and Yiri's mom and dad ordered like a mojito bucket, and for the mojito bucket it was like 600 baht. Was it,
I
or
think
was
it
it
was
more?
more like 800 or something like
It was
that.
like, yeah, it was like really expensive. And my drink was
So-
my drink was 100 baht, right? So we sit down, order these drinks, like get over the price, order it. I'm like, okay, it should be like decent. And then we realized like how windy it was, and all the sand was like just like drifting off and going straight into your face, like your eyes,
It
your
was like slashing us like on the face, yeah, and the legs. It was crazy.
yeah. So like, yeah, we were like, fuck. We've just put this fucking expensive order in, and now we're gonna sit and we can't even enjoy it, right? So we were all like laughing about it, and then the drinks came, and I'm not joking, right? So a mango juice here, it's like you get fresh mango, ice, blend it, and and I think they add a bit of sugar into it, and it's ace, right? They do that with all the juices. No, it was right. So imagine like a small plastic cup, right, filled with ice, like massive chunks of ice, and then you know like a little carton of mango juice you get. So quarter that. Say you put in a quarter of that, and then you fill that with water. That was my drink. I was absolutely mortified. I was like, I can't believe this was 100 baht. I was like shocked. But then Yuri's parents, right, they ordered a bucket. So in my head, I was like, yeah, a bucket. I'm thinking like an ice bucket. You know, when you go to any other bar and you order a drink, it comes in an ice bucket. So, Koh Samui style on this expensive restaurant. Imagine a tiny sand bucket.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's what they got. They got this tiny sand bucket filled with a mojito, and we were all like so mortified that all we could do was laugh about it. We were like, we couldn't believe we spent so much money. So Yiri's mum and dad spent 20 quid. It was like 20 quid's worth on this sand bucket.
But I think it was really strong. Like they made it like
No, but like,
there
yeah.
was like 3 mojitos in it or something, or maybe more.
Yeah, but why was my drink so shit?
Yeah, I know.
Like that,
was-
that shouldn't have happened. I was thinking, fuck, I could have got like a tin of Coke and actually got the full the full juice amount. But if I took all the ice out my cup, it would have been like half full, and it was diluted down with water.
So yeah, basically we were on the beach.
It
in
was
the evening.
beautiful.
It was super windy. We got these drinks, and
Yeah.
all we could do was just laugh about it.
Yeah, it was really funny, and like there was, but like other than that, there was heaps of like fire acts and artists, and yeah, it was really good. So we stayed there for a while.
And
I got really invested. There was like this couple in front of us, this Chinese couple, and like they looked like they were having such a like nice romantic time. They had that shisha thing or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
like when you smoke it, and I was watching them, and then they like fell out. And the girl was being such a bitch. Like the guy was like trying to like make up with her. It was like watching like an episode of like Coronation Street or Emmerdale or something. Like Yiri and his parents were talking in Czech, so I was just like looking about, and he was trying so hard. He was like, you know, really trying to comfort her, and she just kept pushing him away and like totally turned her back on him. And this went on for like 20 minutes. I was like so shocked. I was like telling Yuri and his parents what was going on, and then they would make up, and then they would like fall out again, and I was like, oh my god, I was like so invested.
we all got so invested in
Yeah,
this
it
couple.
was-
So
yeah, it was really,
I don't know who you are, guys, but I hope you're alright
I
now.
know, it was really funny, but they ended up being okay eventually. And then we like after that we were like, okay, we're gonna go down. There's like a DJ on the beach, so we went down there, and it was really cool. We like hanged out there for a bit. It was like a massive party, and there was more fire acts and stuff like that. It was really really cool. And then we were all like knackered. It was like,
But we managed to get the bus
oh
back.
yeah, we got
So
that.
my
Like,
parents got that experience as well, and it was quite funny.
yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so the next thing, as for my cold, the story continues, right? I got better initially, and then it got worse after that. I think I was going through a store again when it was like AC on, and it's really bad, these differences for me. So I woke up one day feeling really bad, like I had a sore chest, and I was like, shit, I need to like prevent this getting worse, because I easily get like chest infections and stuff like that. So my mom and Nika went to local pharmacy, and they got me some medicine. The staff there have really good English and are helpful. Local people don't go to doctors much actually, because they just don't. They just go to the pharmacist, and they get what they need quite easily there. So that's a good tip. I also got home medicine from Nika. She made some syrup from ginger and lime. I was taking that 3 times a day, and I was eating heaps of papaya, apparently, because it's just like a super cure for everything. Yeah, so look into that, and I got better quite fast. So, yay!
Okay, so as you all know, like I managed to smash my iPhone, and the
Well,
screen.
I smashed it.
Yeah, and the screen was really fucked. If it wasn't really, really bad, I would have just left it. But if I dropped it again, like the whole screen would have just fallen out. So yeah, we went to like 3 different places to get some quotes. So we went to Chawang Central Festival, and we got quoted 4,000 baht, which is like 90 quid.
No, no, no.
Yeah, so I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. So then we went to Tesco Lotus in Lamai, and they were quoting 3,500 baht, which is like 80 quid. And then Nika recommended like this guy that she knows, and she said like if we say that we know her, we'll get it slightly cheaper. And we went to him, and he quoted us 2,500 baht, which is like 57 quid.
Well, yeah. So that sounded more reasonable.
Yeah, so we were like, okay. So I was like, how long do you need? He said 3 hours. So I went back the following day, handed my phone in. He said to come back at 9:30 in the morning, but they weren't open. So yeah, we went back later on, handed it in. And then when I went to collect it later on, he was like, yeah, it's finished. It looked amazing. And I picked it up, and the first message on it was, this iPhone's touchscreen does not work. So the guy took it and was like, oh, and he started unscrewing everything again. So I was like, okay, do you need some more time? And he was like, yeah, come back in like 3 hours.
So we were shit in it at that point. Yeah.
I know, because I was like, oh my God, have I just fucked my phone completely?
Because initially, when we brought the phone in, he looked really experienced with it. Like he was taking it apart, like he knew everything about it, like taking out everything correctly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then we went back home, and I went for a nap, and then Jiri was like, I'm going to go get your phone. And he was really panicking about the whole thing. He was like really nervous it wasn't going to work. And it's like brand new. Like the screen's amazing. Like
you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's just like a new phone. It's
and everything
ace.
works on it. Touch ID, like 3D touch. Everything.
Yeah, everything. It's ace. So yeah, we had a bit of a panic, but no, it was really worth the money.
Woohoo! Yeah, and then one day we wanted just to have a day with my parents and do some spa experiences and stuff. Yeah. So we went to this local place. It was like what do you call it? It's not like at the beach, like open thing.
Like a spa salon.
Yeah, it's like a salon, right?
Yeah, there's heaps of them. So and they all like when they're grouped together, they're all the same price, but it might be more expensive at the beach and other places. So you just have a look to see which ones.
If you go a little bit off the main bit, you might find prices like 150 baht less than in the center. So we passed this one, and it was gonna open at like 11, and it was 10:40. But this lady like got out, and she was like, "You need massage, right?" And so she just like, "Yeah, why not? This looks fine." So we went in, and she started calling all these ladies. Yeah, so they just started like coming in like in 5 minutes, and me and my dad got the foot massage and reflexology, right? So we sat down and we got these two ladies, and it was really nice actually, really relaxing. We got a good chat during that time as well. The two massage ladies were chatting as well. It was quite fun.
Yeah.
What about your thing, Laurie?
Yeah, so me and Laddie, we went and just got the traditional Thai massage, which I love it. And it's really good, but I always need to say to them, like, just medium, because I'm scared, like, of how hard they can do it. But it's so good. Like, I love it. Like, I love them, yeah. So it
Yeah,
was really nice.
the reflexology, they use these sticks as well and like push on different points on the foot, which is quite nice. But they also massage your whole calves and even like your knees and stuff like that. So
So, like, up to your thigh.
yeah, really, yeah,
Cool.
it's quite different.
Yeah, and we had a lot of chill days as well because the weather was so much better and it was like really hot and sunny. We were able to like just laze about around the pool and like listen to our music, have the speaker on. Like when Yiri's parents would go to the shop or they went out to do their own thing, like sometimes I got the chance to like sunbathe topless because I don't like tan lines. And it's also illegal to do this in Thailand, so
Yeah.
you can't do it in public beaches or anything like that.
You can get arrested and put to jail and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
beware.
it's really weird, yeah. But the awkward thing was the housing we had. It was like our bedrooms were at the back. There was the pool, and then we had like our living space and kitchen. So the living space and kitchen was all made out of glass, and it looked right onto the road. So I had to be really careful, like where I was doing that and stuff like that. So it was a bit weird, but it worked.
Yeah, and also one day we went to the beach with my parents, and there were like quite large waves.
Yeah, they were massive because we went to the beach like nearly daily, like going into the water. It was ace, but one day we went, the waves were massive, and it was so much fun. Like
was, yeah.
we were playing in them for like an hour and a half. Like we were knackered, like. And I was panicking because Yuri's got like a damaged ear, so he can't get much water into it. And the waves were just like going over our head and stuff like that.
Yeah, but me and my dad were perfecting like how to jump in the right time, so you don't get submerged and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun, and my mom just couldn't get it. Like every time the wave
It was
came,
so funny.
Oh my god! Every time the wave came, she like rolled around. It's like one time we like saw her, she was like. Just her bum was sticking out
Oh
of water,
my
and I was
God.
like, "Shit! Like, did she like bang her head or something? Like, what happened, right?" Yeah, but it was fine. It was really fun. Yeah. And then Ross had birthday as well, so we we made this plan to go to this like restaurant place, right, where his favorite place there, and booked basically a table for him and my dad to have like a romantic meal and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to think of something funny.
So we like decorated the table with like a tablecloth and like balloons and a candle and a picture of them and.
But my parents went to this store where everything was for like 20 bahts, right? And
Oh
they
my
were gonna
God.
get like all the party
my
accessories and stuff.
And they went without me and Yuri, right?
Yeah, yeah,
and their
yeah.
English isn't that great.
Yeah. So they bought like balloons, Happy New Year, and like these
no.
like hats and stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, so some of it said happy birthday
Yeah.
and something said like happy new year
Yeah.
and stuff.
They also got him a card, which was for
Oh,
like
no.
Christmas or
Yeah,
something.
it said like season greetings on
Oh
it and
my
stuff.
God.
It was really, we were like, God's sake, we let them loose so, like to get some stuff and it was all like wrong. It was a shame.
But then they had after 6, and the whole evening was much fun. And we have like photos and videos from the whole thing on my page actually. So.
Yeah. So in some of our free time, in the evenings, we managed to watch this lore series on Amazon, and it was really creepy. And like I said, like the house we were staying in was all made out of glass. And if Yuri's parents went out in the evening, but we wanted to maybe stay in, we would sit in this like glass box where it was pitch black. And we were watching this, and it was really creepy. Like you tell them, yeah, like
those stories. Like we're not gonna tell you everything about it, but there was like one was about like people being buried alive in like 18th century. Yeah, so they devised these systems of bells which like let into the coffin, and if you woke up in the coffin, you could like those strings were attached to your feet and
your
and
toes,
hands,
yeah.
and you would kind of like ring a bell. And there's like even a saying in English about this. I can't remember, but yeah, it was. You don't know about those things. It was like
Yeah,
true
it's
stories.
like creepy tales of things that actually used to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there was another one about like Irish like old belief systems of fairies and changelings and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, these fierce women in the past, they were usually accused of being, either witches or being these fairy changelings.
Yeah, and it was basically just women who had like a more dominating presence or would be outspoken or
Yeah.
just having their own personality, and like men would just accuse them of being witches and changelings and shit, and people would.
And they would torture them
Yeah,
to
and-
like get the real person back and stuff.
Oh, it was really horrible.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And creepy, but it was interesting. It was really like you learned a lot from it.
Yeah, there was like another one about like 16th century Germany. They believed like heavily in werewolves and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's like 7 episodes I think or 6, so check it out. And there's gonna be a second season as well. Okay, let's go to the food now, yeah? We have a vegan burger off. Ta-da! We went to several restaurants this week and we basically had some burgers in all of those, and we'll kind of rate them for you
Yeah.
as a fun experiment. So yeah, first one we went to was the Funky Veg Cafe.
Yeah, so I went there on my own because I don't. Oh yeah, Jiri wasn't feeling well, and I was like starving. I was like, I'm getting that burger. It looks ace. So, and it actually was. It was amazing. So this burger, the bun is pink, and it was really tasty. I don't know how they made it. And then it was like it looked like a meaty type burger, but I don't like fake meat burgers. But I didn't taste like that. It was kind of felt like a patty, so
Yeah.
it like easily broke up. And it was really, really tasty and nice. And then it had like red cabbage and like it had pepper and
It's
it
quite
had this
different,
really,
yeah.
really nice sauce to it as well. I loved it. I had this burger and I went back and I was like, Yuri, it's amazing. Like, you have to try it.
So yeah, we actually went back again and I tasted it. It was great, yeah. So how do we actually rate our burger, Laurie? We have a special rating system for this episode you can imagine those vegan burger icons, okay? So how many vegan burger icons have you given to the burger, Laurie?
And 4 for the funky veg.
Yeah, I'm giving it 4 as well, actually.
It's
It was
really
quite
nice.
good. Yeah. The price of it was 140 bahts, which is like £3. So
Yeah, it's really reasonable, yeah.
pretty affordable. And just to summarize this funky veg place, we have some pros and cons for the restaurants.
Yeah, so it's fully vegan, which is ace. It's got reasonable prices, and there's lots of options. Like you
Yeah.
can get like light options. There's like soup. There's meals. It's
Smoothies as well. And
yeah,
stuff, so
burgers.
very good.
It's really good.
And as cons, we thought the atmosphere in the sitting area could be easily enhanced. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was quite basic and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the next place we went to was in Chaweng, and it's called the Hungry Wolf.
Yeah, so that place like it does pizza and burgers and stuff like that. So I really wanted to go, and when we got there, they said that they couldn't have the pizza ready till 5 p.m. So we were like, okay, we'll try the burger, and we got a drink there, and it was really nice. So what was in the burger again? Oh, it was sweet potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sweet potato burger. I love sweet potato burgers. I love vegetable burgers. And yeah, it was nice, and they had a vegan cheese as well. It was quite expensive though for that burger. It was like 250 baht.
Yeah, it's just like 570. And also the burger, instead of having onion, it had apple.
Yeah, it had
was
like a
quite
slice of
unusual.
apple in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Tasted nice, though.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So yeah, it was nice. Like I think as soon as I got there, I was slightly disappointed because I wanted pizza. So initially, like straight away, I was like, oh.
So yeah, Laurie, your rating for the burger?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this burger 2.
Out of 5, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I've had much better sweet potato burgers.
Well, I would give it 3. I enjoyed it more than Laurie, but the funky veg one was still better, I think.
Yeah, because this burger was quite oily as well, and that you got chips with it, and that was oily too. So
What about pros for this restaurant?
Well, I like that the staff know what's vegan. There is some vegan options. They do vegan cheese, and obviously they do things like pizza, which some vegans miss.
And cons, we thought, the prices were much higher. I think it was because of the area as well. The menu had no vegan symbols on it.
Yeah,
So
like nothing was actually stated vegan. Like the reason I found it was through the Happy Cow app, and then when we got there again, I was disappointed because I couldn't see visually what was vegan. I had to go ask someone, and they told us what could be veganized.
yeah, an additional con was this massive spider. Yeah, it looked like a hand, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool, and I wanted to take a picture of it. It went nuts. Yeah, it started jumping and like it was so creepy. So I freaked out. Yeah, so obviously that spider doesn't live there, but yeah, that's what we experienced.
Yeah. Okay, and as our last like burger off like trial, we went to the Wild Tribe, and
Again,
yeah, I love
love
it
it.
there. Yeah, it's so good. And the only vegan burger there available was like this super healthy one. So the burger buns there aren't vegan, so they replace it with like vegetables on top and at the bottom. And the what was the center of it again? Like what was the actual burger? Was it like a
It was
patty?
tofu. It was marinated tofu,
Oh
and
yeah.
there was like heaps of the green stuff, and there was a pesto as well.
Yeah,
But it
so
didn't have
it
much
was
flavor. The
yeah, it was
pesto.
like marinated tofu with pesto. It was kind of like a and then like we said, it was just like tons of vegetables. So for me, like that's not my type of food. Like I don't really like to eat like that a lot. Yuri's more healthy than me, so I gave this one burger, like a rating of one burger out of five. Like I would never order that again.
Yeah, I give it two actually, the lowest rating as well.
But like
But
if you enjoy vegetables and like tofu and like being healthy,
it
then
wasn't that. It was just like the greens. There was just heaps of it. It was this like I don't know what it's called. The morning glory maybe. What was it?
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, but also the price was like 280 bahts, 640, right?
Yeah, do you know what I
So
mean?
most expensive.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
have got two burgers from the Funky Veg
Yeah.
place. It's like really
Exactly.
filling, really tasty for that.
But as a restaurant as a whole,
It's
right?
ace, yeah.
Yeah. So the pros for that.
Okay, well, firstly, like when we went there, we took Yuri's parents. We were like, yeah, we want to treat you. This restaurant, it is expensive. But the portions in it are really big, right? So Yuri's mum was like looking through the menu and she was like, oh, I want this. And it was like a platter of vegetables and like rice. It was like quinoa and it had like a dip as
Yeah,
well.
but mainly it was a massive picture on one page of the menu. Yeah, and she pointed at it. She's like, "I want that," right?
It looks amazing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we all ordered a dish each as well. And then it came, we were all eating, and Yuri's mom stopped eating like halfway through her food. And she was like, I didn't realize like it was going to be this big, yeah.
And then I opened the menu. Yeah, compared it to the plate she got. It was identical.
Yeah, it was like
I
the
didn't know it's gonna be like
yeah,
this.
and we were all like laughing for
Yeah.
ages. And she was like, I just thought that like the picture was like gonna look better or something. Yeah, it was really funny. So about this place, like it's got tons and tons of options. The dishes are huge. Like I feel like there should be like a light option as well because the meals are just too big. Like you get really full and obviously that's why it costs lots of money as well. But if you just rock up there for your first time and you don't know, especially if you're with a family, like say you all order a dish each, like I really think it's impossible like to eat all that food.
Yeah, but it's great quality. It's all fresh.
It's all organic,
the
freshly
presentation
made.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, it's really beautiful.
And
like,
obviously I think one con we found was the higher prices, but
yeah.
yeah. But if you can afford it, it's really nice. Okay, and then there was one restaurant we also visited, which it's not in this burger off, right? But it's the one we went to before the night out in Chaweng, and it's called the Radiance. Laurie found it on Happy Cow.
Yeah, so it does vegan options as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's like it's right onto a beach, and it's got beautiful setting, beautiful lights. It's got a massive like menu, and it clearly indicates which dishes are vegan. And it was beautiful. What did I can't even remember what I got. Oh yeah, we got like sweet and sour tofu and vegetables, and we had rice each as well. And it was really nice. Like, I love sweet and sour dishes, and Yuri doesn't. Like, so I never make it at home, or I never get to order it because, like I said, I like to share food. Like, it's too much for me having like a full dish, but he agreed to like share it with me. So I finally got to have like,
I went through it.
yeah, I got like a really nice dish, and yeah, they did some nice juices, and yeah, it was just really nice. I really like, we went there like on our second last night, and I wish we found it earlier because we would have been there like a lot
It was
more.
like a resort as well, so
Yeah.
it's the kind of place we would probably stay in if we were there just on our own.
Yeah, it was really, really, really nice.
Okay, and now the whole leaving, what do we have to say about that?
Yeah, so we organized ourselves like the day before because I wanted to relax like during our last day, so we packed everything, and I gave away like a 2 kilo bag to Yiri's mum and dad of stuff that I was just like, do you know what, I'm just not going to use this on their travels.
Yeah, because they came to Samui. We brought like few things for Ross and Nika that they couldn't get like locally and stuff. So they had like suitcase full of those things, and then their suitcase was basically just like free. So
Yeah, so I was like, oh, if I give your mum and dad some things, they would be in Germany for me, like coming home. So yeah, I did that to free up more space in my bag because I just couldn't be bothered like carrying so much
and
stuff.
also Laurie wanted to buy some dresses and stuff.
Yeah, some trousers, yeah, that sort of thing. So Yuri was like, well, you need space for it, and I made it. I made it happen.
Of course.
So yeah, it was a nice relaxing holiday. We feel like 2 weeks was enough time, and we got to see a lot of things and get the grasp of what Koh Samui was about. It was a bit different from our usual holidays because obviously Yuri's parents were there to see their friends, and a lot of the time was split, and it wouldn't necessarily be everything that we would do. But yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
like,
it was fun hanging out with them, like getting to know Ross and Nika, and like spending time with my parents. Really.
Yeah. And just to let you know, the airport in Koh Samui is amazing. It's like all open plan outside, and then when you get through to your departure gate, there's I don't know what's it called. It's like a courtesy lounge, so you get like free food and juice and popcorn, and yeah, I was like really shocked. It's really cool, and even though the flight's only an hour from Koh Samui to Bangkok, you also get a meal on the flight as well, and we picked vegan options, and they managed to supply it.
Yeah, it was really nice. And the Bangkok airport, it's obviously massive. The arrivals are on floor 2, departures on floor 4. We like helped my parents to find their check-in. Also I went with them as a translator to get their baggages checked in, and just to make sure everything's fine, their gate and all that. Like explained everything, and then my mom started crying. We were just saying goodbyes and took last pictures and stuff, and yeah, and then we had to go forward and find our bus and stuff.
So we'd like to give a special shout out to all our friends that are at the Boom Festival this week.
Woo!
Yeah, so Antonia, Tomek, Jules, Matouche, everyone else. We hope you have the most amazing time. We love and miss you all.
Yeah. So if you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. Yeah, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or would you like to just say hi, you can personally message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So that's it, guys. Have a lovely day wherever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy, and wild.
Much love, guys. Bye.
Bye.